Well, Mia, we might not have fixed the time machine yet, but you sure look the part in that outfit. I'm starving. It's a good thing we found this cute cafe. Did someone just walk into the freezer? Another person did too. I wonder what's back there. Let's go.
Password?
Jazz?
You may enter.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Come on, Mia. Whoa. This isn't a freezer. It must be a speakeasy, a secret bar where people came to enjoy music, dance, and, well, something that was banned at the time, alcohol. This must be because the 1920s was the era of Prohibition. It was a time when the United States made it illegal to sell, make, and transport alcohol. But people still wanted to partake, so secret and illegal places like this popped up all over the place. Let's look around and see if we can uncover the causes of Prohibition, delve into the shadowy world of gangsters, and finally, evaluate the impacts these laws had on American society. And maybe we'll find some tools to help fix the time machine along the way. I'm surprised we could get a table in this speakeasy. It's so busy. But I wonder why they have to keep it a secret. Can you think of any reason why people might have wanted to ban alcohol in the US? There were 4 main reasons for Prohibition. The first was the temperance movement, which was a social movement against the consumption of alcoholic beverages. The movement was like the No Alcohol Club of the 1800s and early 1900s. Speakeasies, like we're in now, were like a secret society working against the temperance movement. This club thought alcohol was causing a lot of problems, like making people sick, causing them to miss work, and leading to family troubles. So they started a movement to stop people from drinking. The second reason for Prohibition was religious influence. Many religious people saw drinking as sinful and immoral. They believed that staying away from alcohol was the right thing to do because it was better for everyone's health and well-being. The third reason for Prohibition was the influence of women. Now, women had a huge part in this. They were fighting for their own rights, like the right to vote, and they joined the movement because they saw alcohol as a danger to their families. Women wanted to protect their homes from the bad things that happened when people drank too much. The temperance movement gave women a platform to voice their political opinions. The last reason for Prohibition was that this was a time of broader social reforms. This push to ban alcohol didn't just come out of nowhere. It was part of a time when a lot of people wanted to change society for the better, like making workplaces safer and helping kids get better education. Prohibition was another piece in the puzzle to improve society. Because of these reasons, the U.S. passed the 18th Amendment, which made it illegal to make, sell, or transport alcohol. And so, with the 18th Amendment, Prohibition began. Let's pause and predict. Now that we know that it was illegal to sell alcohol in the 20s, think about the speakeasy we're in right now and make a prediction. Do you think Prohibition was successful? Why or why not? Psst, Mia! That kind of looks like Dutch Schultz. I think he is a wanted criminal. He looks like a celebrity here. You'll learn more about him in your PDF for this lesson. For now, let's sneak a closer look at the rise of gangsters, criminals who are part of an organized gang, like him. Before the 18th Amendment, gangsters were already around, but they were like neighborhood bullies rather than national villains. Now, flash forward to Prohibition, and bam! Alcohol is illegal, but people still wanted to drink. This is where our gangsters spotted a golden opportunity. They started to organize the illegal alcohol business, called bootlegging, and as a result, they transformed into some of the most powerful figures of their time. They operated as if they had a web spreading across cities, with gangsters at the center, pulling the strings. They set up networks to smuggle alcohol into U.S. cities from other countries and from local hidden manufacturers. They managed to control entire cities through bribery and intimidation. They paid police, politicians, and even judges to look the other way and allow them to continue their crimes. Let's pause here to answer the question, why do you think gangsters became so powerful during Prohibition? These gangsters became celebrities of sorts, but they were playing a dangerous game, and with high stakes came high tension. Rival gangs fought for control, leading to violence and chaos in the streets. Hey Mia, gangsters might not be the most reputable people, but they were good at getting people things. Go talk to them to see if we could trade a few of your awesome costumes for some tools. As Mia is acquiring the tools we need to fix our time machine, let's take a moment to evaluate Prohibition laws. Did they provide a fix for society's problems, or did they need some troubleshooting themselves? We've seen how there were many unintended consequences to the 18th Amendment. But why did so many people break the law during the 20s? It went far deeper than some Americans wanting to drink alcohol. The U.S. government was regulating a part of people's everyday lives, which many saw as an infringement on their privacy and as a warning sign that the government would control their lives even more in the future. They wanted to protect their habits, and so speakeasies popped up by the thousands. So, do you think crime went up or down as a result of the 18th Amendment? Remember, the point of Prohibition was to decrease alcohol-related crimes, like instances of drunken violence, but illegal spaces like speakeasies and gangsters took control. Some violent crimes, that's things like gang fights and even murders, actually went up during Prohibition. The bootlegging business led to gang wars as different groups fought to control the alcohol trade. These gangs didn't call the police to settle their differences, they used violence. On the other hand, some types of crime actually did go down. With legal bars closed and access to speakeasies limited, there were fewer brawls and less public drunkenness, and families that used to suffer because of alcohol abuse saw some improvements, at least for a little while. Prohibition's impact on crime wasn't just a simple it got worse or it got better. Consider this. If you were living in the 1920s, would you see Prohibition as a success or a failure when it comes to crime? And why do you think it turned out that way? In the end, Prohibition only lasted 13 years. It ended with the ratification of the 21st Amendment, which repealed the 18th Amendment and restored the legal sale, manufacture, and transportation of alcohol. This change came about because the government recognized that Prohibition was difficult to enforce and had led to an increase in organized crime. Well, Mia, that was one wild ride through that speakeasy. We've talked about temperance, tackled the rise of gangsters, and debated the effectiveness of Prohibition laws. And look at this! Thanks to our newfound friends, we've got what we need to fix our time machine. It's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work. With a little elbow grease and some 1920s can-do spirit, we'll have this time machine humming again in no time. Because getting back to shaping the future begins with understanding the past.
Hey, hey.